In this video, we are going to learn about the Django signals. What is Django signals? Why it is so important in the Django, and how you can use those Django signals in your project. Myself, Anirudh Chaudhary from csstack.org. If you really want to learn something interesting today, watch this video till the end. The first question is, what is a Django signal? So Django signals are used to perform any action after modifications of the model instance. In other words, like signals are used to perform some actions on modification or creation of particular entry in the database. What does that mean is, like, if you are making any changes in the database, and after performing some changes in the database, if you want to call some functions automatically, that's where you need a Django signals. Now let's check the demo. This is the Django form that we have created, and when we click on save button, so you can see that record save, and if you come over here, you can see that it's showing the form submitted. But from where this message is coming from, actually we are using the Django signal here. Let's come to the code. So this is the code. We have just added this decorator receiver, and this is the post save that we are using. The post save is nothing but a signal entry. So what does that mean is, like, post save. So basically, whenever the user submit any forms, we want to call one functions. So this is the function name, update timestamps. You can give any name to these functions. Here the sender instances, and we are just collecting the arguments, and we are just printing this form submitted. That's where if you look into our console output, right, you can see that whenever the user submit the forms, let's do that once more time. This is our forms, and we are just making some changes in our forms, and we are just going to save this one. Once you save that, you can see that record save, and when you come to the console, you can see that form submitted, and this form submitted is getting printed from the update timestamp functions. So you can give any name to this function. These functions will get called every time when the user submit the form. And we have the senders instance and the key arguments as well. You can also use. Now what happened is, like, every times whenever the user submit any forms, we update the models. There is a changes in the Django model, we call this update timestamps. Now I will give you walk through the code how you can use that. First of all, to use the Django signals, we have to import the post save, which is available in the signals module, and then there is another object that you have to import, is nothing but a receiver, which is available in the Django dispatch. To use this objects, like to use this object and the modules, you don't have to install any Python modules. These objects and modules comes pre-installed with your Django applications. So after that, what you have to do is you just have to add this decorator receiver, and this is nothing but the post save is nothing but the event. So whenever there is any post submissions happen on the Django model, this function will get called. So we are calling data submitted here. Sender is nothing but a model here, and instance is nothing but an object of that model. There are other arguments as well, like a signals created, update fields, raw usings, and you can use them in your project. So whenever there is submissions happen on your Django models or your Django form, this data submitted functions will get called. This function will get called every time if there is submissions happen on the Django model. But what if you want to call a functions only after submitting a specific model data? So if you want to call that functions only for the specific model data, then what you have to do is you have to just update this receiver decorator. Inside your receiver decorator, you have to mention sender is equals to model name. My model is nothing but the name of the model, and you just have to call these functions. So what happened now is that only whenever the there is changes in this my model, that time only these functions will get called, not for the every model. Now I will explain some of the use cases that where you can use the Django signals. So one of the cases, like if you are creating a registration or sign up form, whenever the users sign in your applications, if you want to create his profile, you can use the Django signals. Another use case is, like, as you all know that I'm developing online CV builder. So here what I want to achieve here is I want to save the timestamps when the users last time updated his CV. So whenever users update any information, I want to save the timestamp. I can use that timestamps to show when the users has updated his CV last time. In this demo I just used the post save event, but there are also a lot of other events as well that you can use the Django signals. So this is the post save. You have to use the post save event when you want to call a functions after submitting the data. Pre-save is another event that you can use just where you want to call a certain functions before saving the data in the Django model. This is then there is a post detail. So if you are deleting any instance in the models, and if you want to call some functions just after deleting the instance from the Django models, you have to use the post detail event. So then there is a pre-delete events. If you want to call some function just before deleting the entry in your database or your Django models, you can use the pre-delete event. So this is all about the Django signals, and this Django signals is very interesting topic. This is going to be very useful in your Django project. I have already recorded a lot of Django tutorials that will help you to enhance your Django skills and will also help you in your projects. So you can access all these tutorials over here. I will share the link in the description as well, where you can refer all these tutorials. If you have any doubt regarding this Django tutorials or the Django signals, just write me. I will try my best to help you. If you like this video and if you learn something new, don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.